and teacher. We are the group number 26 of English 3. Today we are going to discuss and arguing about New York 15 years after the 9/11 to answer some questions about the event that happened in September on Tuesday, the 9th. We developed this activity in order to satisfy the activity guide and the evaluation rubric. First, each member of the group is going to make a presentation, then we are going to share our ideas and our point of view of the 4 questions proposed by the guide. Finally, we are going to make some conclusions about the video and the activity. So,
Okay,
Carolina, go ahead.
my name is Jennifer Carolina Fonseca. I'm 24 years old and I live in here in Santander. Right now, I'm a student of Bachelor of Foreign Languages with emphasis in English. So, Luis, let's start with the question number 1. Have Americans overcome the 9/11 events?
Okay, greetings to all. My name is Luis Eduardo Osorio Montalvo. I'm from Bucaramanga. Okay, according with the question number 1, I think that not at all. I think that the most of Americans still live afraid because before the attack, they hadn't lived an episode like that. And that event was very big and very disastrous, where loss of a lot of life of the innocent people, and that event created a scary in their life. That event also created episodes after that, like war with the other country, where other people died. According to the video, there are some families who lost relatives in the war after the event. That means that the attack of the 9/11 event have come with more tragedies, which made difficult to overcome.
Okay, perfect. So, what do you think about that, Naila?
As Scott, okay, I'm Neila Rojas. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm 34 years old, and I'm going to explain something about this question. As Scott Morgan said in his researching for the attack of 1911 attack, Americans couldn't overcome this date because this is among the most painful events in USA history. It was a terrific day where almost 3,000 people died, and it is still painful in sorrow for the loss. I think that is my.
Okay, thank you for your answer. So, I'm agree with that. Continue with Paula.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Maria Paula. I am 25 years old. So according to this question, I think not. This in the place where the events happened, there is the memory of what happened 20 years ago. Tourists and especially Americans, every time they pass through that place, they will remember how terrifying that day was, the number of people who died, firefighters, journalists, and common people. Thank you.
Okay, do you think the same, Angie?
Yes, and hi, this is Angie, and I'm 19. Well, actually, yeah, Paul is right. They definitely happened, and almost 3,000 people died that day. No one was expecting that attack except for the people who planned it. It is different, in a war or where you're fighting for your life. The scars of that day are part of the USA history now, and the family and friends of those people will always remember them as they should. And the events every single year remind them that disastrous day, and for them, it is definitely something impossible to overcome. And actually, it is.
Okay, that's a good answer. I think no, Americans are definitely afraid and say that nothing has been the same and everything has changed. Some people even have psychological sequelae. They lost family, friends, and could not reestablish their emotional state.
That's right.
Okay, thank you. So the next question is for Luis. Are Americans still concerned about terrorist threats?
Okay, I think that yes, the war with the another countries still happens, since some military from America continues going to the war. So for that is difficult to get over or to overcome the threats.
Okay, perfect. So what do you think about that, Neila?
Okay, as the documentary explains, Americans live still worry about a new attack. They couldn't feel safe anymore. They couldn't feel secure again. They are afraid, but they are prepared as well because the USA improved its army in technology and training. That is my opinion.
Okay, great. Thank you for your answer. I agree with that. So let's continue with Angie.
Okay. Obviously, they're still concerned about it. I mean, who wouldn't? It is a common feeling, but they still have to go out every day and live a normal life, as all of us that do. People from the USA will never get over what they've had to go through, but they have learned to live with that fear. I would like to think so, actually. It is not an easy thing to live with, knowing that because people's ambition, you don't know what to expect even when you're in your own home. But it is, as I said before, all of us have to live with that. And it is an actual situation all around the world. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you. And what do you think? Do you think the same, Carolina?
Well, yes, they think that terrorism is not going to stop, and the Americans want to feel that their government protects them. They hope to have a free and safe country for the next generations.
Okay, that's a good answer. So I think since September 11, Americans live in a fear that it could happen again. Since several Muslims and Arabs live in New York, on the other hand, both Americans and Muslims have not yet resolved their difference. They have not been sitting talking peacefully to be able to have a peace agreement.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, now let's go ahead with the next questions. How have Muslims and Americans' lives changed after the 9/11 events? Carolina, please go ahead and share your answer.
Okay, thank you. Um, Personally, I think that the community is divided. Some Americans hate Muslims. They feel their religion is bad and incites war, which is why Muslims feel persecuted. Even they had to separate from their families, which is not fair since they are also victims of war.
Okay, I'm going to share my opinion.
So
Uh,
I was muted. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Naila, please go ahead and share your answer.
okay, I think that after the attacks, the country was deeply divided, as Carolina said. Uh, but uh, disadvantage, especially 1 million of American Muslims living in USA. Uh, who still experience discrimination and attacks for their religion. I think we can't divide Muslims and Americans, because all of them are Americans without what their religion uh, uh, are. So I think it's very important to remark uh, this difference, because uh, I know that the attack was a religion attack specifically, but today we have to uh, start to think that all of them are Americans.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that is a real situation. Okay, Luis, please go ahead and share your answer with us.
Okay, yes, I agree. I really agree with your answer. According with the video, there are a lot of Muslims living in America, and for them have been difficult their life after the attack, because a lot of Americans feel afraid or feel uncomfortable when it's a Muslim near. For that, the Muslims feel rejected, or and in some case they feel discriminated. But the culture is trying to change and understand that the religion or the culture don't should be a focus of the work.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Luis. And okay, Paula, please go ahead.
Okay, so I think Muslims are discriminated against by the people, and Americans live in fear that a catastrophe will happen again, as happened in the event of 9/11.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. And okay, we all can say that racism in the USA is one of the biggest problems in there. And in the documentary, I remember this girl talking about the hard time her family and specifically her father had at that time, and only God knows how many families had to go through a similar situation. I could say that only the lives of the family or friends of those people that were killed that day changed radically. But it was different. It was different experience for the Muslims who showed something of their culture in that country. Not fair, but it was what it was. So yeah, we can continue with the next question.
Okay, the next question is what is the American government doing to reduce the three feelings of the community? Carolina, please share your opinion with us.
Okay, thank you, Naila. Um, the government tries to protect the community. Some politicians have thought proposals against Muslims, but in fact, they are not prepared to prevent a new terrorism attack. No matter how much money they give for weapons and military training.
Okay, Luis, please share with us your opinion. What do you think?
Okay, thanks. I think that the video says something about that the government is spending in national defense to try to create a sense of the security in the American people. Maybe this helps to feel that American is prepared to other attacks, but it doesn't mean that this kind of event won't happen again.
Angie, please.
Okay, the government about the threat feelings. Actually, um, they have been doing nothing. It is actually better for them to have a cause that also allows them to attack innocent people. And have the support of the community is so much better for them, making them believe it is for a good cause, as they have done so many times. But I am supposed to react to what they say and not to what they do. When they talk about prevent or protect, obviously they are just talking about the people in the USA. With the hypocritical speeches, they have to give peace of mind to their people. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Hi, Paula, please. I don't know if you agree with Angie.
Yes,
About-
I'm agree with Angie and Carolina and Luis. So some politicians try to do something for the community, but most are not actually doing anything. In fact, they are not yet prepared for an attack, although they say yes, but who knows?
Okay, in my personal opinion, and after being and after watch the documentary, the research, I can see that the research explains that the armed forces are being improved to protect the population in the event of a new attack. As I told you in another answers, people is still living in sorry, is still living afraid. Yes. So uh, uh, this is this is a little um, sorry. I'm sorry. As I told you, I was explaining. I was explaining you that the army is being improved to protect the community, but the feelings are the feelings are there. Yes. Regarding discrimination, I think there is training the respect for of human rights, especially the right to free expression and religion. That is my opinion. And
Okay.
the last one.
Thank you, Naila.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Naila. Thank you for your answer. That's a good idea. Okay, for the last question, what is the opinion of some politicians about war after 9 to 11? So let's start. Luis, tell me, what is your answer?
Okay, but actually, I hadn't listened some about that in the video, but I consider that opinions should be different in the politicians. But the principal interest of the government should be that this kind of event won't happen again. Maybe fixing the disagreements and make some to get the peace, and I don't know. But the most important is avoid that the innocent peoples did irrationally.
Okay, thank you. So, continue with Naila. Tell me, do you think the same with that Luis think?
Uh, the only phrase that I could identify as a political opinion in the documentary was war is a national interest, yes, but no more. Um, in the other side, for the relative who lost their children, their family, uh, yes, their families in the war, there is no logical opinion about the war. Yes, they said that they said that is uh, that the loss of the relative doesn't um, uh, is not worried. Yes, something very critical opinion, uh, relative, but uh, I couldn't identify something more about the politicians' opinion in this matter.
Okay, thank you, Naila, for your answer. I'm agree with that. So, continue with Paula. Hey, how about you?
So I think the politicians do not talk about it, but I think they are afraid that this attack or something similar will happen again. But they continue doing nothing. Several innocent people have died in different parts of the United States.
Thank you, Paula.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Angie, how about you? Do you think the same?
Okay, but yeah, actually, I don't know exactly where to find their opinions about this, but it is basically the same. Controlling the American people and creating a repressive domestic routine is well configured, and it is being carried out with a decrease of privacy and, in general, of the rights of those who, in some way, may be considered suspect. The mechanisms used include systematic discrimination against foreigners of Arab and Muslim origin. And last but not least, I would also like to share a quote, an interesting part of a writing by Jane Gillian Dalton. It says, "The United States of America was entitled to use force in self-defense in response to the attack." And yeah, thank you.
Okay, Angie, thank you. In my opinion, United States has always participated in foreign wars for years, and although there are more deaths, they think that the war will not end, especially with Iraq and Muslim countries. It is sad to see that politicians do not see the damage it causes to the families of both countries. So that's that's the reason. Finally, the conclusions, please.
Okay, Carolina, thank you very much. Um, we can after make this after after this activity, we can conclude that 1911 attack is among the most painful events in USA history that changed Muslims and Americans' life, who even 20 years later feel pain and afraid. They are training every day to overcome their loss. Um, New York, 50 years after 1911, explains that Muslims are trying to improve their quality of life without discrimination. Parents are feeling proud of their sons, but they feel alone because of the war. People are suffering distress because they are faced even of the attack, especially uh, um, a former police officer retired. Yes, and the government is rolling in order to avoid discrimination against Muslims, Americans, and also improving their force to protect people of another possible attack. Um, in their answer, students provided several explanations to demonstrate plenty of understanding that in and that they are capable to discuss and argue their self ideas. I don't know. That is my conclusion. I don't know if you have another
Yeah,
opinion or
yeah,
idea.
I think we all agree. Yes, that is a good one.
Okay, thank you so much. That is all.
Okay, thank you very much, all of you. See
Thank you,
you
guys.
in the next
It's been
task.
great. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.